In the media, human trafficking is portrayed in a specific way. Usually, someone is taken by a scary stranger and hidden from the world, never to be seen ever again. The reality of human trafficking is victims and traffickers are often hidden in plain sight. Even on college campuses. The Polaris Project is a nonprofit organization that focuses on ending human trafficking. Polaris has been operating the U.S. National Trafficking Hotline since 2007. The nonprofit also organizes data on identifying victims of human trafficking. In 2023, 16,999 victims were reported through the National Human Trafficking Hotline. Human trafficking on college campuses is vastly underreported. Although there have been confirmed cases of human trafficking on U.S. college campuses, the exact numbers are unknown. College students are vulnerable to trafficking because they are often far from home, dealing with pressures of school, and maybe seeking financial independence or even a relationship. Traffickers may exploit these vulnerabilities by offering false promises to college students in various ways. College students are already experiencing financial hardships, which leaves a huge area of opportunity for a trafficker. Although most universities and college campuses have implemented some kind of training or safety method for human trafficking, experts say campus law enforcement and security need significantly more training on prevention and signs of victims. Without proper recognition, students may remain unaware that they are being exploited, and campus staff may not know how to intervene or report suspicions. There is a lack of sufficient resources for victims to seek help and support without fear of legal repercussion, deportation, or judgment. Awareness campaigns, victim support services, and more through education for both students and campus security are essential in addressing this issue. More effective policies are needed to create a safer environment and ensure that human trafficking in college campuses is taken seriously and not overlooked like how it has been.
See something, say something has been the language used to help college students fight not only human trafficking, but all kinds of illegal behavior on campus. As a campus security officer with 7 years' experience, I can tell you just saying something is often not enough. If it were up to those in security, the line would be changed to see something, report it. Human trafficking is one of the most underreported crimes on college campuses, but also nationwide. But we can help change how things are talked about and how things are reported to security, to police, to agents, and we can hopefully start making a dent in this.
UCF Global is proud to host more than 5,000 students from 151 countries across all 13 colleges. International students are more likely to be targets of human trafficking because they are foreign to customs and unfamiliar to the area around them. Especially considering UCF has such a large campus, international students may find it hard to get around and seek help from someone who may have other intentions. International students are vulnerable to human trafficking. Any college students are more likely to be a target for human trafficking for a variety of reasons. College campuses, drinking and party culture is a big part of the college experience for most students. Traffickers frequently try to exploit students by getting them addicted to drugs or alcohol or taking advantage of those already struggling with addiction. Addiction is one of a trafficker's greatest allies. They use these vulnerabilities to manipulate and control their victims. The party culture provides traffickers with opportunities to interact with college students off campus, making it easier for them to exploit and prey on students. On college campuses, it can be seen that students are always going to be targets of human trafficking. Being aware of these signs and taking action to put yourself in the right place can help avoid being approached by a trafficker. These vulnerabilities are never going to go away completely because college is the time young adults are supposed to be figuring out who they are and what they want in life. This experience shouldn't be taken advantage of by traffickers who are actively looking for their next victim, but unfortunately, this is part of the problem.
Because UCF is one of the largest universities in the U.S., it gives the campus access and also the need to have its own police department in hopes of keeping the 70,000 students it has safe. Aligning with a normal police department, they are able to operate similarly. With this, UCFPD can effectively look into human trafficking without having to rely entirely on another city's law enforcement agency like Orlando or Oviedo PD, giving on-campus officers access to make arrests right when an offender is caught instead of only being able to detain them. The UCF Police Department has documented all crime-related incidences that have taken place on campus, which automatically enhances the awareness of their own officers on what to be looking out for. It's important that UCF has the ability to make these arrests because any delay in handing over custody to another law enforcement agency could give the trafficker a chance to flee or threaten their victims into silence if UCFPD could only detain them for a short period of time. Beyond this, it also gives UCFPD the ability to launch investigations, collect evidence, and collaborate closely with the prosecutors to create compelling cases against the offenders, making the possibility of successful convictions increase. But overall, the feeling of having an on-campus police department will only bring such peace to the campus and students. It's important that the students at UCF know how to use their resources and are able to be taught what to report when they detect any suspicious behaviors. UCFPD's ability to investigate these types of crimes helps the university as a whole because their approach builds trust throughout the campus. They have the chance to work in close connections with the on-campus resources like victim advocacy groups, counseling, and legal support. This is ultimately to make sure the victims of on-campus trafficking incidences feel safe and they have the access of the care they will eventually need. The UCFPD's ability expands by training campus faculty and even students to spot and report suspicious incidences. UCF uses the opportunity of having the police department to be in joint work with researchers and policymakers to consider and create a working system to fight the rising problem of trafficking on its campus.
The North Carolina Coalition Against Sexual Assault put together a human trafficking prevention toolkit in 2022 to help students and campus security combat human trafficking on college campuses. The biggest thing as criminal justice workers and advocates can use and learn more about is Title IX. Very briefly, Title IX protects students and employees from sex-based discrimination, including human trafficking, in schools that receive federal funding. If you are a victim or see potential of human trafficking and report to security, Title IX, they have to respond and report their statements to local authorities and student conduct offices. And while this may sound like it only protects students and employees, Title IX protects everyone on campus grounds, meaning that immigrants that make up the majority of victims are also protected by Title IX, as campus security cannot ask about immigration status.